Oh, hey, this is Johnny Bean, live 5:18 p.m. California time. Happy New Year. Wow.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, correct.
January 2nd, 2017. Is that right? I'm not used to saying that.
Yeah, I know. It's really crazy, right?
Okay, here we go. It's starting right now. Hey.
10 p.m.
Uh-oh, look out.
Sorry.
Dave, you can't say that.
All right, we're live. We're live. We should be live anyway.
Yeah, we're live.
Alive. Hey, Michael, Rick, Desiree.
Desiree. Her too.
Oh, there we go. You guys can see us. Hey, everybody, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, John.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thank you.
John Mahomes in the house. Vinny Romano. Vinny, the Vigilant. Halen. Eagles.
Vigilant.
Ron.
Mike Bishop. Black Belt Yellow Belly. Rick Smith.
Pete Caruccio.
Nice.
Everybody.
Hey, Pete. Total Chaos is here. Desiree.
Yes.
Wow. There's a lot more people watching. We got 25 people watching, 7 thumbs ups, 8 thumbs ups.
27 people.
Wow. Black Belt Yellow Belly. Brent Z rocks.
What's up, dudes?
Caruccio.
Poison Ivy grows here, is here. Total Chaos is here, except there's no wrench.
Yes.
Wow. There's a lot more people watching. We got 25 people watching, 7 thumbs up. What is that about?
You already said that, Dave.
Of course I said that. What's that about? Where's the delay coming from?
Is that Ron?
No, it's not me. It's definitely not me. I know that because my
what it is, it's an extra window that's open, and the video just started. So anyway, thank you for joining us, everybody.
Dave, you just said that. That was funny.
I know. Wow. My voice, it's all amazing. It's amazing.
Cool. Awesome, everyone. Welcome. It's 2017. Happy New Year.
Yeah, happy
Right?
New Year. And how about a round of hellos for our guests tonight?
Eric and Mark, what's up, guys?
Yeah, Eric and Mark from EVH Gear Discussion. How about that, huh?
What's up?
Gentlemen?
Who thought that would happen?
What's up?
I think
It's a new year, a new start.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
How you guys doing?
Thank you, John.
Good.
Everything's good. Everything's
And
good.
Ron, of course.
Yes. L. Ron Hubbard. Yeah. L. Ron Johnson.
Ron Don Johnson. He's here. Yay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, how's everybody? Everybody who's in here?
Good. Couldn't be better. Happy?
Cool. Having a good time?
Yes. Yep. New Year's here, and that bad 2016 is behind us, and the grim reaper of death and musical death and entertainment death.
Yeah. Personal death.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of things.
A lot of craziness.
It's been bad, and that kind of brings me to why we're all here together. Just to let everyone know here that people may have thought that there's been some sort of feud or problem between the two camps, and we had our good times and bad times. But you know what? With all this death and just all the bad stuff that happened this past year around us. The four of us came. We started talking this weekend over New Year's, and we all decided that it's not worth it over such a small thing to not be friends. I mean, we were friends for a long time before any of the animosity and stupidity. So we, the four of us or five of us. I'm sorry, Rob. You're a part of this too.
Don't worry.
It's your
We,
fault. Come on.
we decided that nothing is more important than friendship and good vibes, and there's plenty of room on the internet for both shows and for all of us to be friends, and there's really no competition. It's two really good shows, and I enjoy watching their show, and and they enjoy our show as well.
Yeah.
We both camps found out this weekend that even though we weren't talking to each other, we were still watching each other's shows.
Yeah.
So it doesn't help not to be friends or at least friendly. So we decided that if we could make amends and be friends, then even every one of you in the chat box can make amends. It's a new year, it's a new start, and let's make the best of it. It's all good, right, boys?
The way I look at it, it's I think the five of us put the fun and the world's biggest dysfunctional family. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely right.
Or like any other family, right? You don't talk to your brother, you talk to your sister, and then you hear what your brother said, and then blah, blah, blah. And then you come down, you have your turkey and your ham and whatever you want to have for your meals, and everyone's happy again, and they got full bellies. Does that make any sense? I don't know.
Yeah.
It does. It makes plenty sense. It
Yeah.
absolutely
This
makes
takes one
plenty
conversation.
Yeah.
This takes one conversation to get things started, and that's how it was. And not to belabor it, but I'm real happy that we're all cool. So
Yeah.
It comes down to two. I mean, you can the old adage of life's too short and all that, and that's definitely 100% true. It is too short, and holding grudges and stuff like that is really not really worth it in the long run. But the other piece too is that we all have one thing in common. We all love the most incredible rock band in the world the same way, and we all have a lot to say about them, and we have a lot of information to offer about them. And everybody that watches these shows, whether they're listening to Johnny, Dave, Mark, or Eric, it doesn't really matter. They're all getting information that is derived from a passion that we all share. So let's do it all together. Let's make it work.
I agree. Yeah.
totally.
Johnny,
Right.
anything to add, brother?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I don't talk on these things.
Good job, John.
Every time Johnny wears that jacket, all I can think about is Alex Van Halen from the Without You video in the
Yeah.
That's all I can
Yeah, and that was filmed in Los Angeles. So imagine that.
Yeah.
Halen says "Making Up Monday." That's the name of this new show.
There you go.
There you go. That's
See,
awesome.
that jacket actually.
let's all just give hugs.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be proud.
That jacket that Johnny's wearing reminds me of the Seinfeld episode, though, with George, the puffy jacket.
Yeah.
You ever see that one?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever see that one, Johnny?
Oh, I've seen them all. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
When he's in the liquor store, he just turns around and knocks everything over.
Pulling the China shop.
Oh, and he has to give the guy the jacket,
Yeah, exactly.
right?
Yeah.
And then he's cold. Yeah.
All right, I got a question for everybody. Who here got some new guitar? It doesn't even necessarily have to be EVH. It certainly should be, but if it isn't, that's fine too. Who got some new guitar gear for Christmas? Anybody?
You did, Mark.
I did. I don't have it with me though. But I got a D'Angelico guitar.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, very cool. I saw it on your video the other day. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Thanks, David. Yeah, it's really amazing. I mean, it rivals USA made quality. It's not made in the US though. It's actually made in Korea, which I was surprised. But if it didn't have that little sticker there, I probably wouldn't have known, to be honest with you.
Yeah, definitely.
It was really well made. Sounds great. I'm not 100% sold on the pickup yet, on the bridge pickup, but that's just because I'm not used to a semi-hollow body guitar.
Right.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be very low output and very even though it's a bridge pickup, it's not gonna have much bite as a normal bridge pickup.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what a 335 does. That's the nature of a 335. It's probably, you're going to need to get used to it, but try to get used to it because that's the beauty of the 335.
Agreed. I've got enough guitars that do what we want it to do, right? That EVH thing. So just to have something different, it's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for asking, Rob. It's a sweet guitar. What about anybody else? Anybody else got anything?
I got little ones. These guys.
Nice.
Oh, those are cool. Oh, yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. I
Nothing
didn't get any guitars. I know it's hard to believe, but I didn't get any guitars.
You get guitars every week anyway, so I mean,
Oh, that's right. Every week's Christmas. I forgot.
That's true.
Liquid Charlie's in the house. Hey, Charlie, what's going on?
Hey, buddy. Represent.
Hey, Charlie, how are you? That's right.
So, have you guys been paying attention to the chat box? Everyone is happy that we're here.
yeah.
Sweet.
And all positive. It's very cool.
That's exactly what it should be. And thanks everybody. That's cool.
Yeah. Like I said, both shows are just, they both have their own personality and they both have their own sense of, individualistic type qualities. And I enjoy watching both of the shows. I really do.
Thank you. Yeah, it's the same as us as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally.
Very cool.
Although I must say, it's really annoying watching David Nesdahl on one of these hangouts without his guitar wall behind him.
It's out of the comfort zone.
Yeah. I know. It's not even doesn't even look like Dave anymore. Okay, yeah. Where's the telly, Dave? Where's that telly? Okay, there we go.
Best I can do.
Sorry, my voice is a little shot for the most part because I was deathly, literally grounded in bed yesterday. I was so sick. I woke up yesterday and it hit hard and fast. And luckily, I think it's gone. It was like a case of the 24-hour flu or something. But man, that was nasty. So I'm still recovering. Recovering with turquoise glass with Diet Pepsi.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah.
You know what I read?
Yeah. Okay.
Did someone post that the guy who actually created the red cup, he died?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The Solo Cup?
The Solo Cup guy, yeah.
Really?
Mr. Solo, yeah. Yeah, he passed away I'd say a couple weeks ago? Pretty recently.
Yeah, it was very recently. I know that. Yeah, crazy.
Scotty P says, "Go Pats, Rob." Yes, you're darn right. Go Pats. Scott.
Yeah, man, you guys
tore
up the Dolphins this Sunday.
Yeah, I know. My son got tickets to him and his friend are going to the first playoff game in Gillette Stadium on the 14th.
Nice.
I'm so jealous. Yeah. He was going to go with me, and I was like, no, it's like, okay, I'll go. And he goes, hey, Dad, you might have to go with my friend instead. I'm like, okay. How do you tell a 17-year-old, no, you can't go with your friend,
Hey, just in case anyone's wondering, I decided to throw it out there for fun, too. In case anyone thinks I have a split personality, there is another Eric Broadbent in the chat. That is not me. Just want to let you guys know that. I'm not here as Eric Broadbent. So
I see what you're talking about.
We're taking care of it now.
I love you, Eric Broadbent.
Yeah. Let's get another Johnny Bean in here. That'd be funny.
Yeah.
Actually, aren't there like a million Johnny Beans out there?
There's tons of them. I'm surprised that's why I'm surprised there's no other ones in here. Although I do know a John Bean. Actually.
Really? Is it B-E-A-N though? Or is
Yeah.
it B-E-A-N-E? Yeah, that's what I thought.
B-E-A-N.
Yeah.
And so sometimes he'll talk to me, and people will see, they'll think I'm talking to myself. And I'm like, no, that's a different guy. That's not me. Well, we actually do know each other. We've actually met in person,
No kidding.
years.
He goes by John Bean.
John Bean, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
I've never met another Mark Uzansky. I can tell you that.
I just met another Eric Broadbent.
There you go.
Yeah, you got quickly taken care of though.
Yeah.
You know what's funny though? There is another one in Canada. There's a guy on the East Coast. He's a kind of, what do they call it? EDM, electronic dance music or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's, you look him up and you'll see a million videos of his and stuff like that, but it's totally different genre and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
mhm,
Interesting.
mhm.
Well, I don't know, but there's a million Rob Johnsons out there. I know that.
Yeah, that's a common name.
That's true.
Yeah.
Too many. Too many of those guys.
There's a lot of Rob.
Probably not a lot of David Nesdals.
There's only one. There's only, as far as I know, there's only 2 Nesdals on the planet at the moment. We like other
You
than
and your dad?
spouses. Other than spouses, yes.
Well, you got to count the
Three,
dog.
three if you want it. Three if you count my stepmom.
You got to count your dog and your cat and Brandy and Sammy and Eddie.
I saw another Nez doll in the chat. Actually,
That's
is
my
that your
father.
dad?
That's my father.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
It's the only other one.
Right.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and really quickly, he sent me a thing on Facebook today.
Yeah, my father. Yes,
Friend
yes. He
request.
told me he was
Yeah,
going to
so-
friend you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to meet your dad the first time the other night in the Skype call. That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to adopt his mustache for sure.
Well,
Here's
I don't know if you guys know. I don't know if you guys know, but my father has the same mustache, but it's white, same as ever. It's that handlebar mustache, just like that. And
I want to go that route because it's going that way anyway. So I just want to get it there a little faster. I want to, you know what I mean? So instead of black and gray, I just want to take it to the full level.
You you look like what's his name? The guy Matt Perry from Friends. Joey. It's funny. You look at him back from Friends. When he had dark hair, and now you see his new show, and he's like all white. And from what I was reading, I guess even back in Friends, he had to dye his hair because he was white, had white hair back then.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some people go gray like really, really early.
Yeah.
or bald.
Yeah. Yeah.
On you, Dave, it's sexy, so don't worry.
It has to be because that's all there is.
That's right.
Well, there was that one time when you actually what do you call it?
Well, my facial hair was different. That's different. That grows like wildfire. But on my head, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
But no, there was the one time where you actually dyed.
Yeah, from time to time I'll dye it, and it doesn't look right. It just doesn't look right. It looks fake.
Eric, have you ever not had a mustache or a beard? I don't think I've ever seen a picture of even in the old days without the mustache and the beard.
Actually, back in the late 90s, when I had the long hair and stuff like that. Actually, no, I didn't have long hair yet. I had no mustache, whatever. And then I grew the mustache when Sandra Lee and I got together. One time shaved it off, and it just panicked her right out. And and I think even little Eric cried because you see like whoa like this, right? Yeah, seriously. And yeah, because you're used to seeing that person every day. And actually, when I shaved it off to Sandra, I was like, I went surprised. I was in the bathroom, come back out, and there's no facial hair. And she's like, it really shocked her. And she hasn't forgiven me for cutting the hair, but I cannot get rid of the mustache. So long story short, I've had it forever. And if I do get rid of it, I like to do this when I used to work at the radio station. We always have those Movember days, when you're for the donations for cancer and things like that. And I could shave off my mustache and I could push one out on a Saturday afternoon and come back to work on Monday with a full, just like you see now. So
what do you do? Like blow on your thumb like this?
No, it's just my father's genes. And sadly, my ears are just like my mustache right now. And my dad, before he passed away, it was like coming out of his nose. It was crazy. So the hairy genes, man. Not good, but I'm not like those guys that have like a sweater on their back or anything. It's not like that.
Me either. I don't have that either.
Yeah.
No, but I do have the if I don't get cut, it's like comes out of everywhere. It's weird.
There are days Sandra will make fun of me. She'll wake up and she'll be laughing. I'm like, what? And my mustache is literally glued to the side of my face, and I'll be over here. I'm like, what the heck?
Show like that sometimes, Eric. Have like one up this way, one goes.
Yeah. We won't say how it gets stuck there, but.
Oh, can't say that.
I drool, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, goodness.
So
well, at least you don't have to worry about going bald. Nothing against Dave, because Dave looks good that way. But
I wouldn't look at bald.
I don't grow a beard very fast. I can get one. It takes me a while to get it, but to get a good goatee going for me takes about a month to have it really start coming. And the only problem is
really wow
patches of white here and brown here and white here. I don't know.
But you're not going to be losing your hair. You're doing pretty good.
43. I guess I'm hanging in there.
Yep, that's good, man.
Yeah, if I lose my hair, I will. I'll look like Ernie from Sesame Street.
Sesame Street. Do you ever watch there's a skit with Bert and Ernie as Robert De Niro and what's his name? Short Joe Pesci.
No, that'd be great.
Oh, no.
That would-
I'll find it and post it on your Facebook pages because
Okay.
I certainly can't say it here.
So is it their voices, like the real voices?
It's Pesci and De Niro's voices talking like
from a casino or something.
It's from Casino, like a
Or
really
Wise Guys,
raunchy thing
That's
Yeah.
coming out of these two puppets. It's so funny.
Yeah, because everyone thought they had a relationship to begin with.
Yeah.
right. Exactly.
Yeah,
That's funny.
scarred me for
And I-
life after I heard that.
I actually meant my head would look like Bert. It's kind of egg-like.
Yeah.
You know. I would not look good bald. That's all I can say.
No,
David, you carry it well, my friend.
He does. He does.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't even
So
know.
listen-
Can, some people can't.
We've been on for 38 minutes, and I just have to say Edward Van Halen because we haven't mentioned anything.
Oh
by
yeah,
him.
that guy.
So we have to at least say the name every half hour or so. If we don't talk about him,
It's
we
like the
have
call
to
letters.
say the name.
Did you guys
So-
see the pictures of him golfing with recently online?
Yes, Yeah.
He looks
Yeah.
great.
he
And
does
looks,
look really good.
he looks awesome.
Very
looks
healthy,
happy.
happy.
Yeah.
That was at Pebble Beach. That was only half an hour from me.
Yeah.
Very-
Cool.
You remember when I played
Pebble
remember-
Beach?
Pebble Beach? Remember when I played that gig? What, a couple months ago?
Oh, on that Friday night, you went out to play?
Yeah, when I played that wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like just down the street
Huh.
from where they were.
Yeah.
On your consciousness. Okay, that's not me. Come on.
Oh, really? There's another Johnny Bean?
There's finally another Johnny Bean in here.
Lynn, take care of that, please.
No, let him go. That's mine.
Hey, you know
You
what that means, John? You know what that means? If we all get clones of each other, we can do shows different times now, no problem. So if you can't make it one night, get the other Johnny to do it. I'll get the other Eric to run the show, and if we get another Mark, we'll be all set.
Yeah.
And Dave, Rob, all right. Actually, you know what? I probably just created a monster, but
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure it's coming.
Yeah, I'm sure it will at some point. Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, but
I think
anyway, back to Eddie though. He does. I mean, I think he looks great, and it'll be interesting to see, what the year 2017 brings. If in fact it does bring something from the band. I know there's some squawking going on the internet. I'm sure everybody's, if you get on VH Links or VH Trading or whatever, you can see there's some stirrings going on with some conversations and stuff like that. So it'll be really interesting to see what, if anything happens, because, I mean, when we look at Van Halen, the first person we look at isn't Dave. It isn't, Sammy, and, not necessarily Alex. I mean, nothing against those guys. Those guys they're part of the band, Wolf, everybody. But we all seem to veer towards Ed when we look at what the band is doing and how they look and how healthy they are.
Well, us as musicians do, us as guitar players do, but people that don't play instruments that love the band generally gravitate towards the singer.
They will gravitate towards the singer, absolutely. But I do think it would be a fair statement to say that, like I said, being that Ed is looking so good and looks so healthy as he did the last tour, I think it's going to be really amazing if something does get put together this next year. I'm really looking forward to anything that they do.
Well, look how many times we've seen him out in public in the tail end, well, even halfway through 2016 up until now. It's one of the most frequent times we've seen him out in public in quite some time. That's a good sign in itself too. Even if it's just going to a store or playing golf or whatever, he's out. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Great.
That's positive in my book.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can only assume music will be next.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Pete in the chat box, Pete says, and I saw this as well today, but Wolf actually said looking forward to an active 2017.
I saw that too. Yeah. And that's kind of inspiring as well too.
Very inspiring. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, because he's been working on his own thing too, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that record's supposed to be out, in April or so, his record? In spring? Spring?
Yeah.
I think that's going to blow us away too, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think it's going to be a lot more diversified than what people think too. I think everyone's expecting a rock record. I think you're going to see it all over the map in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're going to you'll see some exploration of the versatility of that, which I think is really important.
Yeah.
I'd like to know who's singing.
You hear singing?
Huh?
You hear singing?
No, on that record. I'd like to know who's going to be singing on that record.
Good question.
If there is even vocals.
Hey, ringing.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you think it might be some guest vocals? Will it be one singer, multiple, or none?
I honestly don't know.
Wonder if it's Wolf.
Huh?
I wonder if it's Wolf himself.
It could be. He does sing.
Yeah.
He can.
Very well, actually, too. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he sang so well that a lot of people were accusing him of, backing tapes and mic samples and stuff like that.
Well, in 2007, for a little while, that was the case. But, he was, 17?
Yeah. Your voice hasn't even cracked and broke yet.
Has that really been proven? That in the 7 tour that they played some backing tracks?
Yeah. Did anybody ever really prove that?
I saw the opening show. And
I saw a couple shows on that tour, and I don't know. I'm just going by what everyone else says on that one. I don't have any proof, but from what the consensus is, there was for at least some of it there was some tracks.
It may have happened later.
Whether they were Michael or not is not even. I just heard that there were tracks. I didn't know. It may not have been. It may have just been them. Recording themselves in the studio and then singing over them.
Mm-hmm.
Not like Mariah Carey tracks or anything like that.
Oh, yeah.
that was bad. But in her defense, and I don't ever want to be in her defense, but in her defense, she said she couldn't hear the monitors in her ears.
I agree. And I saw Steve Stevens put a post on Facebook earlier today. He's worked with one of the same monitor guys, or the son of one of the monitor guys, whatever. He worked for him before, that worked for Steve. And he said there was 3 steps that were followed there that weren't followed. And then they should have killed the track at the very end, even though she couldn't hear it through the thing. They should have totally killed it. And it was in defense of the monitor guy. So it was a funny moment.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, the rest of the crew, the dance crew and everything, they were all in time. Still doing their thing.
Yeah.
They heard what they needed to hear. I don't know.
They just heard the paycheck. They heard the coins.
We're gonna keep moving.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
Right. That was funny though. I watched it with awe. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I know. I just saw the things going online after the fact. Didn't watch it live.
I did watch it live with my wife. We were watching.
Yeah, I haven't even heard it yet. I'm just going by what I'm told.
Yeah.
You don't waste your time.
No. So guys, we have 53 people watching now.
Nice.
Thumbs up. We unfortunately have 1 thumbs down, but that's okay. At least that person's watching as well.
Mm-hmm. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah. Thanks for everyone. Thanks everyone for for watching and hanging in. It's awesome. Really cool.
Thank you.
If you do, as Johnny always says, if you do like what you're seeing, let us know by giving us a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't subscribed.
Yeah.
And like Dave always says, or else.
Yeah, I'm usually the one that does the threatening.
Is that a guitar on your back, man?
It's a guitar on my shoulder. It's my. Never mind. I was gonna say something, but you're just gonna say I can't say that. I've got a boo-boo, so I can't play.
Oh, gross.
Oh.
That's betadine solution. It's not blood.
Oh.
Dave, you can't show that.
I can show it.
Yeah. Did you just say that, David? That it's awesome?
No.
Okay.
There's another Dave Nesdell. Yeah.
There's another Dave then.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Toolbox Lennox in the house.
But if there is another Rob Johnson though, it actually could be another one. So
Yeah.
I'm looking at the thumbnail. That David's thumbnail looks like your picture, I think, though, Johnny.
Yeah.
What you say?
Yeah, the thumbnail is Johnny, but the name says David.
Yeah.
Trying so hard. You came close, anyways.
Hey,
That's all right.
Dave, you're looking pretty good there, man. I'll admit.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Now they're calling them. Hi, David Nesdall. This is David Nesdall calling. You've been accepted for a MasterCard Premium.
Yeah. All you need to do is give us your.
Yeah, just give me your social security number and we'll call it a day.
Yeah.
Johnny
Awesome.
Beansdoll.
Yeah, there you go. David, Johnny morphed. Love it. That's good.
You definitely can't say that.
Oh.
But I guess you can type it.
Yeah, I can type it, I guess. That's right. You know, it's funny. It's funny. One of our fans one time just said recently, and it's a very good point, and I'm not sure if you guys do this, but I'd like to adopt the practice, is to allow the subtitles in the videos. And one time I clicked on subtitles on the videos by accident, and Eric Jr. watches a lot of videos on the PlayStation, on the TV out there. And for some reason, subtitles are on all the time. But you watch any of our shows, just for like when I say ours, either one of our shows, put subtitles on, and I'm trying to learn to speak a little slower. And it almost sounds like a Taco Bell drive-through what the language comes out of my mouth when you're reading these subtitles. You should try it for fun. Watch one of your videos back and put on subtitles, closed captions, and see what you get. It's not exactly what you say.
So it's kind of like, is it kind of like autocorrect or whatever? And
we've said some pretty weird things, like not for real, but yeah, try it.
Mm-hmm.
Autocorrect on steroids.
Rod Bensdahl.
There you go.
Rod Wensdahl.
Rod Wensdahl, yeah.
There you go.
Where was Joe Wentz anyway? By the way, if that comes back, if it's a David Nesdahl without a wrench, it's definitely not me.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah, and if it's a Johnny Bean without a crown,
yes.
come on.
Johnny Bean's got a crown.
Yes.
By the way, does Poison Ivy have her wrench? Can she still do that in here or no?
Not in here. She only carries her wrench on our little program.
How dare she? She should carry it in her pocket.
I think. I don't know. Poison Ivy, do you have a wrench? I don't think so.
I didn't see her with a wrench.
No, you have to give him the wrench.
The real Johnny Bean just popped in.
There he is.
Yeah.
Well, a real Johnny Bean, please.
I was just gonna say that. You got me. You got it.
I know.
Well, he's got the crown, so we'll refer to him as Your Majesty, or how?
King Bean.
King Bean. Yeah, that's cool. That works.
Sounds like a restaurant.
Rob
Yeah.
Johnson, is that actually you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's actually me.
Isn't that bad? We're gonna have to start doing the real people. Please stand up. You know what I mean? And we have to thumbprint security to come on a show anymore.
Yeah, we'll have to have security people.
Yeah.
Okay, Poison Ivy does not have a wrench.
Okay. Okay, no wrench.
No wrench.
Eric, make that happen, will you?
Okay, she's got a spork. You know what a spork is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not sure if this is a
You know,
Canadian
it's
thing or
funny.
not.
From my house, I always make fun because I have one of those little Floyd Rose wrenches that used to come with the Floyd Roses,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and I have it on my table, so I always have my wrench with me. I don't have it.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I've got a couple of those kicking around too. That'd be neat to carry. Yeah. Well, you don't need them for a lot of the newer ones, but
No,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's how I get people in the chat room to pay attention to me. I've got my wrench.
yep. Poof. Exactly.
King Bean. I like
That's
that.
good. King Bean. That is a good one.
Reminds me like Queen Bee or something like that.
Yeah.
King Bee.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Johnny, you gotta wear a crown now when you do these shows.
The funny thing is, no one has
I
asked
was
a question.
thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't we normally ask questions or have people ask questions or something like that?
Yeah.
Don't you have a tiara to wear, Johnny?
Oh, come on.
And we probably should talk a little bit about guitars.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
We've got some questions. Start asking some questions, guys, in the chat box. Ask us some EVH guitar questions. Or do you want to see any guitars or whatever? Eric, you and I, we still got to do one of these days when you're ready. Let me know. And you and I had been talking last couple of months. We hadn't made it happen, but more than happy to do a run through of my rig sometime.
Yeah,
Oh,
for sure.
you know what we can do? This
What?
is what I like to do. Eric, please grab your Amber PV Wolfgang, and
Okay.
Mark, grab your 5150 guitar. I'd like to see those.
Oh,
I
yeah,
haven't
yeah,
actually seen them yet.
Definitely.
Sure. No problem.
And one by one, tell us about your guitar.
Mark's like, oh, crap, I got to get out of the chair.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I know what you mean. When you're sick, you don't want to move, Like,
Yeah, you just saw me do that. Right? Like, oh, I got to get up.
oh, that's how I feel.
It is on rollers, isn't it? All right, then grab your.
No, it's right here. It's right here. Hang on. a second.
Because I didn't want to finish that sentence.
I'm just busting chops. Hang on.
Yeah. Dave, can you fly home? Grab your
Don't say it. All right, lefties first.
Now, Mark, before you go, I must admit, just so you know, you and me are probably the only two lefties here. I am a left-handed person. I throw a ball lefty. I eat lefty. I write lefty. But when I learned to play guitar, like, I don't know, 21 years ago, I forced myself to learn how to play righty because I didn't know any. I mean, I'm like, why not? I don't.
You did the right thing. You did the right thing. And
Well, yeah, I'm sure I did, but I just want to go on note. Mark, you and I are both lefties.
That's cool.
That's cool. Yeah. I probably should have done the same thing, and I had a guitar teacher who told me the same thing.
What made you, real quick, before you show that guitar, because I'm dying to see it, as I know Dave is and everybody else, because I've been wanting to see that. What made you decide to play lefty back when you started?
It was just, you know, because I'm a drummer, and this hand for me as a lefty, this is my rhythm hand with the drums on the hi-hat.
Yeah, can't make that motion.
And it just seems I can't do that, can I? And it just felt as natural. That's like the hand you would do your rhythm with, you know, kind of like keeping the rhythm. And it was just a natural extension of that. I just felt like I can't adapt the other way.
Yep. I always wonder what it would be like as a lefty, because, you know, it's like I probably would have been a better guitar player if I learned to play lefty, I think, you know, now that I think about it. I don't know.
Well, you know, you have your natural tendencies, right? Whether it's with that one hand, and if you're just forcing another hand to do something different, you know, I'm sure you could overcome it. But for me, it just felt so natural. I just felt like I can't do it. I can't.
Yep.
And I had other people tell me, "Oh, dude, you'll regret it. You'll regret it," and I have.
Well, maybe from a guitar purchasing standpoint, but it doesn't look like you're doing too bad.
No. You know, look, earlier on, the choices were limited, but now with the internet and everything, it's just crazy. You can get anything done.
Yeah.
But you want me to go first, Eric? You want to talk about yours?
No, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, tell us where you got it, and let's see it.
Yeah, well, it's a Musicraft neck and a Christopher Lock body.
Yeah.
I did not do the paint job. I had a friend do it.
Yeah.
And I think he did an amazing job for me. He's, you know, great friend and
good guy. Yeah.
Yeah, and he just did a killer job on the paint job and the relicing and everything like that. I think Chris Locke does great body work. Am I allowed to say that, Johnny?
Yeah. Yes, you can.
Okay.
Oh, come on. That was Dave, though. He said Johnny.
No, I'm just not allowed to say anything. You guys can say whatever you want.
And then here's the headstock.
Nice.
And the back of the headstock.
Paint job on the headstock done by the same person as the body.
Yep. Yep. Same time.
Nice.
Yeah, it plays great. It really does. It actually sits so flush on the body. Oh,
I see. Yeah, you can see that. Wow, that's really good.
It really, I didn't have to shim anything, and I mean, it's like they work perfectly together. It's one of the best setup guitars I have, really.
Yeah,
and it sounds fantastic, and it also has. I'd be remiss to say, it has a Pariah pickup in it from Sean.
So it's got bad breath.
Yes, horrible breath, but no, it growls with some bad breath. Definitely, it really sounds great.
You got the right space tape on there too, I see.
Yeah. And also food toned.
Oh yeah.
So got some Adam Reaver upgrades and the trem stopper. I put that on there just because. But
yeah, I have it on mine as well. I have the trem stopper on mine. It's you know, it's always good to have it on there because it actually just adds a little more resonance to the guitar.
Yeah. It sounds great, and thanks for letting me show it. And
awesome.
I love it. I really do love it. It's one of the prized possessions in the collection.
How long you had it?
What is it now, Dave? Like 2 months, 3 months?
Yes. Yeah. I guess about 3 months now. Yeah.
Yeah. So, because you remember me getting it, so
yeah, I do.
Yeah. So it's about 3 months. It looks great. It plays great.
It really does. It looks like a mirror image of the real thing. It's very cool.
Yeah, we contemplated putting an 0150, I think it was, or what 5150 back. 015, yeah, whatever it is. I think Johnny, you said that at one point, right?
0515.
Yeah, 0515.
Yeah, because it's backwards. And in Kramer, it should say Kramer backwards.
Yep.
Remac.
Yeah.
That is cool. That is cool.
Yeah, that's great. It sounds great too. So thanks, guys. Thanks for letting me show it.
Oh, no problem.
Let's see your guitar, Eric.
Eric, your turn.
Yeah, sure. I'll grab it. Just one second. I dropped it down here on the floor here. Just one quick second. I did. 1 second.
You didn't scratch it, did you?
No, it's good.
No, he never went to get it.
It landed on my. I got these gymongous Darth Vader slippers on, so they're very. It's very cushiony. In other
You mean
words,
you're wearing something other than EVH attire?
yes, yeah. Actually, I'm not wearing any EVH attire tonight, other than boxers. Just boxers.
You can't say it.
That's right. So this is what Dave wanted to see. This is the Amber Wolfgang. I'll try to do it.
Yes. Look at that thing.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's a PV. I picked it up here in Canada. Wasn't even looking for it. It's an absolute stellar mint shape. There's only a couple things wrong with it. It's a 98. Really, really nice. There's, I think it's somewhere around, somewhere in here, there's a little hairline, little scratch. That's about it. And then there's no belt buckle rash or anything on the back. And no, it's nothing even there. There's a couple little tiny chips right here. Like, anyway, when I say chips, it's an indentation.
Yeah.
So nothing. The pickups at first, when I first got it, because here's the thing, I bought it because I wasn't looking for it. I was going in to throw a deposit on little Eric stuff for Christmas. I got him an SG and Katana amp, and I'm walking in the store, and there it is hanging on the wall, like aimed right at me, and it's almost like the rays of Jesus coming in the store.
Eric's like, "I'm sorry, little Eric, no Christmas present for you."
I know, yeah, almost. And I even told Sandra about it. I said, I went home and I joke about this on the show a lot too. Is like, because I feel I'm very fortunate, because she's always like, go get that guitar, or you should get this, or you should get that, as opposed to me saying, blah, 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 whatever, right? I said, yeah, I saw this Wolfgang. I said, I don't need another Wolfgang, though. And I told her about it. She says, get it. And it was so ridiculous, the price they wanted for it. I went in and I threw $100 on it. I said, just hold it for me for 2 weeks, whatever, because I wanted to take care of Eric's stuff first. And then came back and got the cases in mint shape. But whoever owned it before didn't even take it out of the house. Or if they did, they babied it. But I wasn't crazy about the tone at first, because I've got several other PVs as well, USAs. And I know obviously hardtail, everything's going to be a little different. But I just wasn't sold on it. It was a lot darker, and I was a lot warmer, I guess. Maybe if I'm not using the right word. But I was really finding that I had to EQ differently just with this guitar. But playing with it clean, this thing, oh my God, does this thing ever come alive when it's clean? Like, some jazz chords and things like that. The tone knob, this is a guitar that I will use a lot of tone knob on. Very responsive, just beautiful. And the guy that owns a music store is about my age or a couple years younger. Phenomenal virtuoso as a guitarist. And when he was playing it through like a Messer or something like that. It had a clean tone. And just this jazz, fingerstyle stuff he was doing. And he just made this guitar sound so good. So it does have potential to sound amazing. Yeah, that's what it is. And I was going to get rid of it to, flip it for another guitar. And if it wasn't for Sandra, it wouldn't be here right now. I'd have another guitar in my hands. She doesn't want me to get rid of it. So,
I think you should keep it. I really
I am at this point now, because it is a nice guitar. There's no
it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it is. And some of our mutual friends, like Jared Frost, he gave me some nice feedback on it. He said, he would take that over some Les Pauls he's seen.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things, and I do profess this. A lot of guitar players, you'll probably agree with me. A lot of the guys in the panel here as well, that I think you find the best guitarists when you're least looking for them. They fall in your lap. And that, cause even working in the music stores. When I worked in the music stores, I was a Fender dealer. This is long before Fender EVH. But, I'd pick up a Strat, American or whatever, look up nice, play it. Not pick up next one. No, pick up the third one. Oh, here's a gem. You just never know. Right? It's when you're not looking for them. So that's how this one came to fruition.
Can we see the back of that neck?
Yep. It's not as, let me try to put it closer. It's not as bird's-eyed as my black one that you see me play a lot, but it's still pretty.
Yeah.
Well, the thing with those guitars is they would mix match them. If it, generally speaking, if it had a super bird's-eyed neck, it wouldn't have a very flamey top on it.
Right. Yep.
If
I
it
agree with
has
that.
a very flamey, gorgeous top, they're gonna offset it with a neck that's not as bird's eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing I can say to this too, and I agree with that 100%. But this guitar, whoever the owner was, there's one other owner before me, didn't play this guitar much. Number one, because there's no physical signs of real wear. And if you look at the one that I've played, the black one, you guys have seen me play a lot of times, the bird's eye has just jumped right out because I mean we're talking years of sweat, you know, that kind of stuff, and it does bring that out a lot too. So it hasn't been played.
Mm-hmm.
The one guitar, I totally agree with what you just said too, Dave. I do, because I mean I've owned probably 15 to 17 PV Wolfgangs in my lifetime. There's only one guitar that I have right now, my purple standard, my purple PV standard, that has just an incredible flame top, purple top to it with just insane bird's eye on the neck. It's the only guitar that PV that I've ever had that has that combination, and figures it comes from Scott. You know,
Yes, you know, Scott Smith has that mojo where he finds he's one of the few people in the world that just finds great guitars, no matter what. He's the guy. You know, chances are, if you're looking for something or if you're looking to see something, he's got it, and the piece that he has is just ridiculous.
Yeah, and that's why I got that particular one from him. When I got it, I was just blown away, and it's probably one that I'll always keep. But you know, Eric, you said something a minute ago. You said, you know, it was one of those things where, you know, you were you weren't looking for it, and but you found it. And that's I say that philosophy seems to be the case in a lot of things in life, not just guitars. Some of the best things in life come when you're not looking for them.
People.
Real quick, I just want to say goodnight to Pete Caruccio and Liquid Charlie. They're both
Good night, gentlemen.
All right, guys.
Good night, guys.
Have a good night.
And Rob, you know something's funny too. You mentioned the purple one too, and PVs, like we all love the PVs, but a lot of the flame tops, and Dave, you would attest to this, I'm sure too. A lot of them, they're either beautiful or they're just okay. And the purple one I had was one of those ones that was just okay. If you wanted to show someone the flame top on it, you'd say, okay, come over here. I'll put this 5,000 watt spotlight on my guitar, and then I'll show you, and it'll pop out at you. That's the only way you get it to show up. However, and I regret I sold mine. And one of our mutual friends, Bill Broadway, he owns it today. And one of these days, I'm going to offer him more than what he paid for me for it to get it back. And it was the best sounding of any guitar I've ever owned to this day. The best sounding guitar. And when I would have 3 American PVs when I would play. That was my guitars. That plus 1 PRS. And I'd switch to that purple one. And I barely ever played it because I didn't want to scratch it. It was just that way, right? And I even let my singer borrow it a couple times. He had worn one of those studded belts, and I was like, "Oh my God, don't scratch my guitar." But anyways, the sound man would come up to me after, and he'd say, "So what did you do? What kind of patch did you use when you played that purple guitar? What was different in your rig?" And I said, "Absolutely nothing." And it was just a combination of that wood, those pickups, and something about the mojo of that guitar. Well, it wasn't mojo; it was the quality of that one guitar, and it really, really sung. I miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get it back one day. I'm sure if I offer him some extra money and something else, we'll maybe get it back. But he only bought it because he had a purple Music Man. He wanted it to be the brother sister kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, that's kind of like you, Rob. I mean, Ron. Didn't you got a purple guitar because you liked purple?
Well,
What am I saying? Remember that?
Wait, we talking?
You got rid of a guitar, or was it Dave? You guys get guitars. You guys get so many guitars. I can't remember.
I had a blue Ernie Ball Music Man EVH that I sold last year. And I was looking at getting a purple Music Man, and then I was like, I don't know. Then I was talking to Scott, Scott Smith on the phone one night, and he's like, I got this particular PV, this purple PV, and I was like, it's like I really miss my old, because I've owned 3 purple PV Wolfgangs, and this is the 3rd one that I've owned, and this is without a doubt the best, most incredible one I've had. A little bit darker sounding than the others, but like I said, it is a darker color. But I ended up getting that instead of the Music Man. I still have my Ernie Ball Music Man, my EVH, my amber one. But I just I didn't want to really. I never played. For some reason, I love the Music Man, my amber one. I love it. I would never get rid of it. But I never really played the blue Music Man. It just wasn't It was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful guitar, but it just sat there. And I really love the PVs. Something about the PV, especially the purple one, I had this passion for. So when it came up to between those two, I had going back to the PV, I should say. Show on camera. Ron, or Adam, what are you talking about? Do you want to see the purple PV again? Is that what someone says? Show on camera, Ron?
Yes. Yeah. Show it on the camera.
All right, hold on. Let me grab it. Hold on.
Yeah, Ron. Or Rob. What is your name?
It's Rob.
It's Rob?
Ron?
Okay. When I first met him, 20 years ago, I called him Ron.
For 20 years, hey, isn't that crazy?
Remember, I called you Ron when we first met.
Remember that? Yeah.
Yeah, but no, so kind of like what you were saying, real quick about the Music Man guitars. I remember back in the day when you could go into GC, and there'd be a whole wall of the Music Mans, the Van Halens.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a while ago, but I remember because I had mine. I've got the same one that you have. Yeah. And that was my main guitar. I played that, toured with it, for years. But I remember when I would go into a Guitar Center and play like brand new ones, ones that weren't really, I hadn't really, weren't, what do you call it? Used too much.
Yeah.
I remember it's like, yeah, it's the same guitar, but it wasn't the same guitar.
Yeah.
Like
still, go ahead.
If you have one guitar and you just play it so much, even if you go and play the same model like a brand new one, yeah, it's the same, but it's not the same.
Yeah, it takes on a life of its own. It becomes a living, breathing, thing.
But that reminded me because I remember actually playing, like you said, you had the blue one at one point, and I remember playing one of those at Guitar Center, and I was like, yeah, this is great, but it's not my guitar.
Yeah.
That's why people always say if you get something ripped off to get insurance for it, you're like, well, okay, that's cool. I get money for it, but it's never going to be the same guitar.
Very rarely you'll find something that has that feel to it. Johnny, you said something too before. Whenever you take an original EVH Music Man into a music store and you're playing it or whatever, or wherever you take one anywhere, people are like, whoa, is that an Eddie Van Halen Music Man?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it happens all the time. Every time I take it over to Guitar Center, either customers will come up to me. Like this one time I was playing, I went in to try an amp and I took it with me. And this guy walks up and his jaw just like drops, right? He's like, whoa, that's the real thing. And I looked at the guy and he's holding one of the
OLPs or something?
OLP or something?
The Sterlings or whatever.
Right?
Axis.
He was holding that. And I'm like, dude, try this, And he couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe it,
Yeah, they're cool guitars.
But yeah.
I'll even go one further. Whenever you take any EVH style guitar into a music store, people seem to turn their heads. It's, very much so with the Music Man guitars, but in general, if you bring a striped guitar,
oh yeah,
people just go batty over it. They go, they go nuts over that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. That happened another time. Yeah. I was playing my 1984, and a guy walks by and he's like, "Whoa! It even has the 1984 on it." Like he knew what it was,
Yeah. People love that stuff. It's
Yeah.
And everyone knows what it is. It just goes to prove
iconic.
That guy is a household name. Even your 95-year-old grandmother knows who Eddie Van Halen is. Knows the name at least.
I just remember the guy that walked by and he was like freaking out about the guitar. Was it last? I think it was the last NAMM. I think I was in the Fender room sitting there talking to a friend of mine, and the same guy that freaked out over my guitar at Guitar Center out here walks up to me at NAMM, and he's like, "Oh, hey, Johnny," and then just kept walking. I think he watches these things too. So hey, if you're watching this, hey man.
Awesome.
Oh man.
That's so fun.
So let's see that purple one, Rob.
Yeah. Okay. So here it is. I'm thinking this is a 98 era guitar. Right here. Here it is. This is. You can tell it's got a real stunning flame to it.
It does. If you can see it.
I see Eric.
I'm
David.
sitting close to the
I
camera.
see Eric. I can see David.
How about now? There we go.
Now you see me.
Yeah.
Huh?
No, that's good. It's all good.
Yeah, if you can see the flame in this type of a camera setting, you know it's a good flame, honestly, and that's being truthful.
Yeah, that's for
Wow.
sure.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
it's
nice tight
hard.
flame to it.
Amazing.
Looks like a popsicle.
Yeah. Yeah. No, if you look at the bird's eye on the neck, it's just insane.
That
Oh,
is,
wow.
You know, that makes me
Oh.
miss mine so much.
I'll own that guitar one day.
And I'll tell you,
Cool.
you can tell.
Mark my words.
You can tell it's a Scott Smith guitar just by the
Yeah.
neck and the killer flame on this thing. It really is, and it's just
So when you're saying it's a Scott Smith guitar, you're basically saying that he just picked
His
out
collection.
really, really great gems. Basically,
Yeah,
he's got
yeah.
a great eye.
He owned that guitar. That was a guitar he
Yeah.
owned.
yeah. It was one of his guitars. I did put a big brass block in it, an FU block. It's got that in it. That's about the only thing I did to it. I was thinking of putting the titanium blocks and the stainless screws and all that, and I might sometime. But basically this guitar just it's an amazing shape. I don't think it has any nicks or dings on it. If it does, I mean they're almost not even noticeable. And even the bird's eye on the the front of the neck is just
Certainly is beautiful.
Yeah, it's a exquisite
Wow.
example.
It looks like little hearts. You see that?
Yeah.
yeah, it's just,
Yeah.
it's just insane.
I love it.
Yeah, and it's not one of the real darker purples. I mean, it is darker.
That's what makes that so cool.
Yes.
That's the exact color of the guitar that I played. That was Eddie's.
Yeah. That's what he actually
the-
told me that was when he got that guitar. He has a few of them, I guess. But when he got that guitar, it reminded him of Eddie's from '98.
Yeah, that's ingrained in my brain forever. That
Yep.
guitar.
Yeah, because you got to play that guitar, Dave. Didn't you?
If you guys don't mind, I've got two other PVs right nearby if you want to see them real quick.
Please,
Yeah.
absolutely.
There's only a few people who have seen this one here.
I
This one-
really want to see your Darth Vader slippers.
All right, hang on.
I want to see the EVH boxers because I didn't even know they
There you
sold
go.
them.
Oh, that's killer.
Yeah.
That forget the friendship.
Show me that again. I want to see that.
That's
again.
worth it.
Okay.
Put those up.
All
Let me
right.
see that again.
That's amazing.
That is
They're huge. But the funny thing is, I was wearing them here in the photography studio when I had people come over. I was kicking over my light stands and because they're so cumbersome, they're like snowshoes. But I guess they're good for Canada. But
You
no,
do
they're nice.
realize that's on video now. We
Yeah.
got
That's all right.
If I got a pair of those,
You should be looking at them at Walmart. I bought them at Walmart here in Canada.
if I got a pair of those, my girlfriend would kill me. Look at
Yeah.
this. He already hates me for my room. Here's my room. I got the Jean-Claude Van Damme posters here, and of course, we have Darth Vader standing in the corner here.
you.
Nice.
12?
Standing in the corner here, so he's like threatened by my room.
You'll have to get Mark to do a spinorama in his office. It looks like Stan Lee's museum.
Yeah, exactly.
But I love that Captain America shield, though.
I know. This one was, you always talk about guitars being mistakes. Now the paint job wasn't the mistake, but what I did to the electronics of the guitar was the mistake. So this is a USA PV special. So it's what I call the cartoon Roo. All my guitars are named after Sandra Lee, and her nickname is Ruby Roo. So this one's cartoon Roo, and it was a black special, painted. It was striped up red, white, and black, and then I painted it white, and then had the kids go crazy with colored markers. They each had a kind of a coordinate. So there's all different sayings on it, stuff like that kind of stuff when the kids were really little. And then I thought, hey, I got a really good idea. Let's take a good sounding guitar and let's make it sound not good anymore. And so these pickups are PRS pickups. Not saying anything bad about PRS, but when I got the PRS CE22, they hopped it up at the factory with Tremonti pickups, and then they let me keep these ones. And so I thought, let's pop them in this guitar, but they didn't fit. So I had to route even more for them to fit because they're a little wider assembly, whatever. So it's a vintage bass and vintage treble, vintage bass.
Mhm.
And I mean, I shouldn't say that it sounds like crap. It's just not what I'm used to.
Can you hold that up some
yeah.
more, a little bit more?
Yep.
So let me guess why it doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
Your neck pickup sounds very thin.
Yep.
Turn it around. It's out of phase.
Yeah. Even still, I had it both ways. That's
Really?
very good observation. It's just low output.
Okay.
Yeah. Had them both ways. But anyways, it's still a very cool guitar. And this, I ended up giving this to little Eric, and then he really had his eye on my Yamaha Pacifica that you guys have seen a few times. He was bugging me about the guitar, so I said I'll trade you back. And I mean, they're all his guitars in the long run, anyways. But so this one's back in my possession. But this is my main guitar. Well, I shouldn't say my main guitar. My main guitar is the EVH, the Wolfgang Standard purple one. Yeah, someone was asking that in the chat earlier. This is technically my main guitar. Has been with me since the dawn of time. And this one, this is a USA Wolfgang Standard. Okay.
That's the one I've seen you doing the videos where you're shredding on that thing, right?
Yeah, that's the main one. And then take a look. We'll talk about the bird's eye in this.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh yeah. Look at that.
You know, it's actually half bird's eye, half flamed.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And a lot of that's just the sweat. And that's a patent pending.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Look at the back of that neck. That is insane.
Yeah, and then obviously we talked about this with the chrome pickup rings. They're just fake. They're only there for decoration. They don't hold the pickups in place.
Yeah.
And then Futo and stuff on there as well too.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one needs some TLC. I haven't played this one now in probably about a month. But it was always a guitar. If I look back at the guitar rack and I needed a guitar, like, okay, if you're having a stumbling moment, like, okay, what's going to pick me up? I'd point to that guitar, grab it, and it was always the go-to guitar.
Cool.
Yeah.
How do you just? I know what my take is on it. I know what Dave's and what Johnny's is, because we've spent a lot of time, the three of us, over the last year and a half or so, or even more than that. Those guys. I mean, I've only been doing this just over a year with these guys, but. What's your take on the difference between the PVs and the EVH Wolf necks, Eric?
Okay, I find they're more of the broom handle Kramer kind of feel, especially the standards. The standards over the specials. The standards I can strangle. The specials and the American ones a little bit more of a slightly wider profile, but I do so I find them easier to play than the PVs as far as my comfort zone. And I always say the fun factor. I say that word a lot on the show, is the fun factor. I find the EVH gear brand has a cooler fun factor, if that makes any sense. I don't know what it is, but to me, that's what it is. And I do find because we've all had a lot of Kramers, and still some of you guys still do. I find the EVH are more of that style of a neck, and I can strangle the necks a bit. Yeah,
no, I know what you mean. That's how I feel about this one, my USA EVH Standard. Something about this neck. And I've always been a huge fan of the PVs and the Music Mans. And the funny thing about this guitar is, I mean, Dave has one too. It's the USA, as you guys have seen this before. It's the USA version. It's the relic version. It was done by a good friend of ours. But the back of it's the ebony neck with the stainless frets. But the back of this neck, there's nothing special about it. It's just flame.
Rock maple, right?
Rock maple. But I'll tell you what, it's just incredible. I mean, the feel of this thing. I mean, the hammer-ons and everything on this guitar, and just the way that it plays, it just feels like butter. I love the smooth feel of going up and down the neck on this thing.
Well, sometimes you can tell just by looking at a guitar, like looking on this on the video screen right now, you can tell that it's an easy player. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely. Definitely. So
I'm accustomed. Real quick, John Storms just sent me a photo of his PV Wolfgang special, and it's absolutely gorgeous.
Wow, that's a special.
Yep.
How about that? So one volume. Yeah.
Wow,
that is just insane.
Yeah, that is.
Sorry, guys. Yeah.
Now is that a one-piece top?
I was gonna say that's a veneer.
It's two pieces, and it's almost chevron. It's just a backwards chevron. It's just it's gorgeous.
To me, that looks like something
anytime you want to sell this guitar, man, I'm your buyer. Anytime you want to sell this, I'm the guy.
Anytime anybody wants to get rid of a guitar.
Shush.
But to me, that looks like a private stock PRS quality on the top.
That's just ridiculous, that guitar.
Yeah. Very nice. Thanks for showing that one.
Good stuff.
Wow.
Hey, you owe me a Coke.
Here.
I don't even drink Coke though, man.
Have a nice.
Huh? Okay.
Want a nice?
I'll try one of those.
They're really good. No sugar.
Like Adam's saying in the chat, even through a cell phone picture, it looks ridiculous. Which is good.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Wow.
Yeah, I miss that. And you know what? It's kind of funny. I think that's maybe why I gravitated towards the purple standard, because I miss the purple so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Hey, Dave, show us one of your guitars. Oh, never mind.
Hey, Dave, show us your one guitar.
Yeah, Dave, show us that Tele. Come on.
Well, let's make believe it's Tuesday, and we can do Telly Tuesday.
There you go.
This is my custom shop 53 Telecaster. It's a roasted neck and a roasted body. So the guitar is about 6 pounds, maybe.
Nice.
It's so resonant. I mean, it just keeps going. Keeps going. It's great. The neck is so big. I'm sorry, I'm showing my finger. I'll have to do it this way. It's so big in the back like this. It's hard to even get your hand around, but it's just
baseball bat.
Yeah, once
I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
If you play it for about 10 minutes, you're automatically used to it. It's very easy to get used to.
Mm-hmm.
Is it easy when you're soloing?
Both, yes. It's easy for soloing and chords. And look how low I have the action.
Yeah, it's super low.
Yeah, I can't get much lower than that on Telly.
Yeah, and you don't see Tellys or Strats with that kind of low action unless it's Dave's, because Dave's like me, he likes low action.
Yeah, well, this board, the fretboard's a 10-inch radius, so it's not like vintage radius where it's 7 1/4. So you can bend, you can do 2-step bends without it fretting out easily, and you can get the action this low.
Mm-hmm.
That's gorgeous.
It sure is.
And since I'm in the South right now, I figured it was fitting to bring a Telly with me.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Fits. That's fitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are great guitars, man. Well, my main guitar is a Telly.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Johnny, we see
they really sound great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Johnny, we see your EVH in the back there.
Hmm?
We see your EVH in the background.
Yeah.
Do you play that much?
Yeah, of course I do. Come on. Yeah, I play it. Although I'm looking forward to hey Jim. Hey now. Dave, that's a killer purple wolf you just showed.
Yes,
Which
it
is mine.
The one that had the one volume knob.
Yeah, there was a handful of those USA specials that they made, and I had a green one, and I'm still looking. If I ever find another green one, I'm going to buy it, a USA PV special. But there was a handful of those, and again, I hate to say it. Well, I don't hate to say it, but that last green PV special that I had, the USA, it was a Scott Smith guitar. I got it from Scott, and it was the same thing. It was an incredible top. But there was a handful of those specials that were amazing.
Dude, how are you even saying that? Huh? Did you get that same message I just did?
What's that?
Oh, because he was just asking how many of those guitars were made, and here you are saying there was a handful of them made. You're answering the guy's question. You don't even see the message.
Oh, I wasn't even looking. Well, I don't know how many were made, but I know there's a ton of the USA specials, that were good guitars, nice tops on them, but there was a handful of them with insane tops like that.
Yeah.
The only one I've ever played is that gold one. That gold one that I keep saying.
Yeah, sure. Well, yeah, the special deluxes, they're very cool. There's a really nice amber one at the Music Zoo that's got my name written all over it. So we'll see what happens when I get home. There's actually two PV Wolfgangs there right now that have my name on them. Crazy.
New ones? Ones
PVs?
Huh?
Not new.
Yeah, not new.
No. I mean ones that you don't own yet. Ones that you're getting.
Ones that I don't own. Yes, correct. One looks like yours, Johnny.
Oh, cool. Yeah, those are great.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get me one of those stickers to put on the front.
Dude, I can't believe you guys are reading my mind today, man. I just saw those stickers. I just saw them. I was cleaning out. Anyway, they're sitting right there. Those EVH, those logos.
So funny. Your mind is very easy to read.
Mine? Yeah. Well, somebody's talking to me too. I got to say something to somebody real quick.
So Mark, what's your main player? Like when you sit down, you play. Like what's your first go-to guitar?
That one right there, the USA.
USA? Yeah. Yeah. How long you had that one again? I know you've shown it before, but how long have you had that one?
I got that one right around the same time that I got the 5150. It's about 3 months ago.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I absolutely love that guitar. It's just so comfortable to play. Just like you guys were saying about the neck on the new EVHs. It just plays like butter.
Yeah, they're definitely the best guitars. They're really spot on, the best.
Yeah,
was that the guitar? Was that the guitar how we met?
No,
there wasn't that one. There's that one. Okay, different one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, actually, that's the special EVH special that I have. That was having some tuning stability issues, and then we you hooked me up with FU tone. But the USA, that's like my go-to. Definitely my go-to guitar.
Yeah. How many years you been playing, Mark?
I've been playing about 16 years.
16 years, yeah.
Yeah.
How often do you play? Do you play every day for the most part? Or?
Yeah. Unless I'm traveling for work or something like that.
Yeah. Do you still play drums at all?
You know, I literally just sold the drum set. Got rid of it. Yeah, but I've been playing drums since like even longer, probably for 20 years, 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
Longer than that. Geez, what am I saying? Probably 30 years I've been playing drums.
What caused the shift to guitar?
When I was in the band in New York City, I couldn't afford a good stool. I was sitting on this crappy stool for maybe I'm not allowed to say that. Sorry, Johnny. Sitting on this horrible stool for.
If you got to go, man, go ahead.
No.
That's good. I just got it now too.
Yeah.
I'm just stunned.
I'm sitting on this horrible stool.
It's on this horrible stool for 3 years.
I couldn't even say you can't say that. That's how stunned I was.
You can't smell that?
No, I ended up getting like a pinched nerve in my back or something. I was having a bad problem with my back, and I couldn't play drums anymore. And so I picked up guitar because I was just like, you know what? I always wanted to play guitar, but if I couldn't play drums, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try this. So I picked it up, and then a couple of years later, you know, the leg thing, I was getting like a sciatic thing. So that went away after a few years. I went to the gym, blah 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 blah, and then I picked up the drums again.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question, Mark. You keep your wallet in your back pants pocket?
I don't, but I used to.
That's probably part of your problem if you were playing drums when you had your wallet in your back pocket. That's probably part of the sciatica because you really shouldn't be sitting on your wallet.
I was sitting so that the chair was just like this the whole time. You know, it was just horrible. I couldn't afford anything else. And we would practice, 5 days a week. So it was killing my back. I mean, literally after every gig that we would play in the city, I'd go back and I'd have to lay down after the show because like all the other guys were like hanging out with their girlfriends and I'm on the floor.
Hanging out by yourself. Yeah.
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 And I had to carry all the drums and everything from each gig.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot of fun. So yeah,
Mark,
it's a lot easier.
Mark, you just got a request to show the black and yellow EVH.
Oh yeah, it's not an EVH though.
Jack Meloche, your handmade guitar.
Yeah, sure. I'll show that. No problem. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and speaking of wallets, yeah, I've kept mine in my front pocket for decades. I haven't.
I get that problem if you drive in a car with in the back pocket. It hurts after a long drive.
Yeah, absolutely.
It hurts bad.
What's that?
If you're driving with the wallet in the back pocket and for long drives, it hurts a lot.
Yeah. I always keep my wallet now in my front pocket.
It's better for security too when you're in crowds and stuff too.
Yeah.
If someone's grabbing there, you're gonna know it.
So this is from Warmouth, actually.
Nice pickup. Look at that pickup. Oh.
That's like the original one that was in the original guitar, right?
Yeah.
First
Mhm.
pickup.
I got that from Jalen Pickups. I don't know if anybody knows that guy, but I did the paint job myself.
Yeah, nice job.
Thanks. Yeah, I had a few mess ups. You know, it's only my third time doing it.
Notice
Hey,
a tremolo on that thing too, by the way, which is very cool.
Yes, yes. Look at that.
Is that
What's
a few tone block?
No, actually, it came from
That's a very big block on that.
yeah, it came from Warmouth.
Cool.
This way. I forget. I think it's Goto.
Yeah.
It's a Goto bridge.
Yep.
And then it came with a big brass block on it.
Beautiful. How's
And
it sound?
it sounds great. You know, my only beef with the guitar is the tuning. You know, the vintage trim. No Floyd. That's it. You know, but the back also, just so you guys can see, the it's got a really nice flame.
Looks like a V-neck.
It is a V-neck. Oh, almost spilled some water there too.
In fact, it's an asymmetrical V-neck.
Yes, because it's the front is, I think it's a high. What do they call that? The mixed.
It's compound radius.
Compound radius. There you go. But the back is definitely a very sharp V.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know,
It's good for resting your thumb.
Yeah, I love it.
Thumb back there.
Yeah, I have a G&L that has a soft V, but this has a very harsh V.
You can actually see it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but it's a great looking guitar.
Yes, it is. Very
Yeah.
nice.
And I got it from Warmouth. So, you know, I didn't get, I actually bought, and Dave, remember we talked about this? I bought the guitar yellow.
Yeah.
So they finished it yellow for me. And I had this back and forth discussion with you, right? So
Yeah.
I was talking to the one guy at Warmouth, and he was like, buy it finished yellow in gloss. Right. And I was like, well, but then I have to finish it in black, you know, and pull the stripes off. And I was worried, is it going to look right? He kept telling me, buy it in yellow, don't paint it yellow yourself. I said, all right. And then I talked to you, Dave, and you were like, nope, buy it, buy it completely stripped.
Yeah.
Yeah. And or I could have painted my yellow myself, or buy it flat.
Yeah.
But what I ended up doing was it came gloss.
And you sanded
matte.
it.
I just sanded it down with like I did a wet sand on it.
That's all you have to do for the black to stick. Yeah, that looks great.
And it just, in one spot, it didn't stick. That one spot right there, it just kind of peeled off, and I nearly died.
but like we said, you made it your own with that. It's, you know.
Yeah. I think it looks great.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of my own little flair to it. So
Your
yeah,
own
it's great. Thank you.
Yeah, I love it.
I've always wanted one of these. Always wanted one of these Bumblebee guitars. And I had a guy, as a matter of fact, he's shipping it to me tonight. I bought a custom neck plate that's going to say Bumblebee on it. It has the EVH logo on it and everything.
Oh, cool.
With Charvel. Just to, you know.
Yeah.
Just a little coolness factor.
You know, exactly. A little touch from myself. So
Yeah.
Thanks for asking, guys. Appreciate that.
I guarantee you, in less than 6 months, we're going to see another video of this one, whether it's on this show or our show, and you're going to see a retrofitted Floyd Rose on that guitar.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
Yep. At some point, probably.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that, because I did consider sending it to Paul Unkert.
I know. I'm
He'll
sure
do
you
it.
did.
He'll do it real, and the turnaround will be fast and inexpensive.
Yep.
I know. It might actually go to Paul Unkert. I may actually just get it retrofitted for a Floyd.
Yeah, but
I
you
don't
definitely got to keep that. You got to keep that pickup in that guitar, though.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm not swapping it out. It sounds great too. I actually had a 78 Duncan custom in there.
I like those pickups too.
Yeah, it sounded great, but it just
And I don't.
It didn't sound as good in this guitar. For some reason, it didn't sound good.
Ash body, right?
Yes, you're right. It is an ash body.
That's why.
That's why, and that's why the 78, the 78 sounded good in my Ash Star guitar that I did a couple years ago. And I wish I still had that guitar, but I got rid of it and ended up getting the EVH Star, which I love. But I miss my Star because I had the paint job exactly accurate. But yeah, you're right, David. I mean, the 78s don't sound great in all bodies.
No, usually not good in Ash. It sounds very bright in Ash. Usually sounds the best in alder or basswood.
Interesting.
Because that's a very bright sounding pickup.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a nice pickup. There's no doubt. But the guy who built this, I wanted it to be like the album, you know?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. That's cool.
The Mighty Mike pickup. Yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks,
and
guys.
now we also had a request for you to show the black and white.
That's a nice one.
Oh, wow. Wow. Getting lots of requests tonight. Okay.
People like it.
One thing I'll say about this guitar coming up is wait until you see the neck.
Yeah, the neck on this is beautiful. Hang on 1 second.
Yeah, this one's insane. I'll just try to set it up without giving anything away. It's one of the most beautiful necks you'll ever witness, for sure.
Mark's
All right.
like, "Will you guys stop making me get out?"
Can you believe that? Oh man, dude, you missed it. Oh man, we were just laughing.
What? Laughing
Yeah,
at
we
my,
were laughing
my
at
skinny
you,
legs?
that's all. Yeah, that and we saw the never mind.
No,
I'm in my shorts while you guys are freezing.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
we were actually, Eric was setting you up good for this guitar. He can't wait to see it. I can't
Yeah,
wait.
this, the paint job again was done by a friend of ours. The pickup is a EVH 78.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm sorry, not an EVH 78. EVH Frankenstein. That's what I meant.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But if you could see the neck,
Yeah, look at that. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Wow.
A lot of birds on that.
a lot of bird's eye on this. And then I'll turn it around. Oh, by the way, it's a flipped up headstock.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the Gibson sticker. Yeah, the Gibson Warren logo. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Now is that logo under the clear or over?
it's over.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I just bought it off of eBay.
Cool.
And then here's the back and the neck.
Wow. Look at that.
That neck makes that guitar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the neck on this is amazing. And Paul Unkert, if I know he's not watching because he probably doesn't have the internet, but
actually he has the internet. He just doesn't know how to turn it on.
It's AOL.
You're right.
Exactly. But Paul did an amazing job converting this neck to a Floyd nut for me.
Oh yeah.
And he routed it out for me. And that's why, because this was on another guitar that I had that had a vintage
A nut on
vintage trem. Yeah, a vintage nut for a vintage trem guitar. And then I decided, you know what? I'm going to do it right, get a real Floyd, for this guitar. And yeah,
it's half Jimi Hendrix,
gorgeous.
half Van Halen, man. That's really cool.
Exactly. Van Hendrix.
Yep.
And, the only thing I got to decide is if I'm going to sand the back of this neck off or not.
I wouldn't. I'd leave it.
How does it play? I mean, does it feel good when you play it?
It does. It doesn't. It's not.
Doesn't bind up?
Yeah, it doesn't bind up. It doesn't feel sticky or anything.
In the
like
summertime,
that.
if it sticks up, just put a little baby powder on your hands.
Yeah, but so a Fender, for whatever reason, when they do a high gloss, it sometimes sticks, or like you said, binds up.
Mm-hmm.
But Warmoth is, I don't know, it's super glossy. It hasn't felt like that. So I don't know. But Eric and I were talking about it, so I'm not sure. But it's a gorgeous neck. So I love this guitar. It also sounds great. The only thing about it was the setup on it. The Floyd. The posts, even though I have them down low, the guitar was not sitting. It wasn't sitting flat.
Yeah.
So I had to just even out I evened it out, the Floyd, and then I just went ahead and put a trem stopper in it.
Yep.
And so it's sitting a little bit above the body, but it's
That's okay.
completely flat. Yeah, it sounds fine. I set it up perfectly, so it sounds great.
Yep.
It's a MacGyver tool. We always talk about it. Whereas, I mean, for $25 part, it's a MacGyver tool. It works wonders.
Yeah, and it adds resonance too. I mean,
Yeah. Yep, it does.
Yeah, it does. It's a great piece. Anybody go to FU Tone. Good stuff.
Like I've always said a lot of times too, is you just sometimes need to reset that 0 point of return on the Floyd. Yeah, a millimeter, less than a millimeter, can make so much of a difference. And just cranking it forward a little bit, getting it up there so there's no pulling back. Because you remember, Rob, and all you guys know, when I had the problem on the standard, that's what was happening for the longest time, was just that slight give in the metal touching the body.
Right.
I mean, just some temperaments of it was enough to throw it off for a quarter or a 16th of a note. And to some people, they wouldn't notice that, but it was just driving me absolutely insane. And I had to correct that. And it was a trem stopper that was the solution.
Sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it helps. It's a big solution, no doubt.
Yeah.
Johnny, do you use the
Awesome.
trem stoppers?
No, I've never used one. Never.
You never
Never
had that
to-
problem.
No.
That's good.
Well, in his, Johnny's guitars are. Tell him about that, Johnny. How your guitars are set up.
Oh, come on. Yeah, my guitars, they're all set up all total different ways. Sorry, I'm getting questions. Getting
inundated.
yeah. Yeah, they're just all different setups. I have probably 20 guitars or something, and I just unlike, Dave every day he's setting his guitars up, that's what he does. If he gets bored, he's like, oh, I'll set this one up, change the strings, whatever, and me, I play them, I gig with them, I record with them. I can have a guitar sitting here that has the same strings for like a year on it, and I'll use the guitar, trash it, break a string, change that one string. So my stuff is not set up at all like
Some of his actions are really high too, aren't they, on some of your guitars?
Some of them, yeah. Although for I don't know. I mean, Nesdal gave me a guitar, and the action was the lowest I'd ever seen, ever. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
And so what? I don't know.
It's all right. You're allowed to like what you like. It's all good.
Well, it's not that I don't like it. Well, no, it's just I'm used to it. I can play anything. I can use anything. Actually, the action on that guitar is actually a little high now because I took the neck off. Thinking I was going to swap the neck that you gave me, Rob.
Yeah.
I was thinking about maybe putting the other neck on that guitar, and then it actually didn't line up. The holes didn't line up, and at the time, I wasn't able to drill new holes. I didn't have a drill at that point, and so I put the neck back on, and it's not exactly how it was. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to set that up. But I'll be tearing that guitar apart anyway. That's the thing. Most of my guitars I'm always tearing apart to make new guitars.
Yep.
Like
Swapping parts and trading.
Yeah.
Yep. Sometimes that makes the best guitar.
Yeah.
Guys,
So actually that guitar, I'm gonna rip those. A friend of mine gave me those pickups, and I'm gonna rip those pickups out of there and throw them in another Wolfgang body that another friend of mine is given to me, and then the neck that Rob gave me, I'm gonna put on that guitar.
cool.
And then the Floyd, I'm actually gonna take off this. I've got a Circles EVH. I'm gonna take the Floyd off that and put that on that. So
Nice.
Yeah, because I think from even just looking at the guitar behind you, it's got a different neck than the body, right? The headstock's painted different.
yeah. The headstock is hey Jim. Oh, Jim is saying something. I'll read this and you can answer this, and then I'll grab that guitar. Jim is saying, oh, where'd it go? It says, Mark, you were talking about sanding the back of your black and white Frankie. What grit do you guys start without damaging the neck?
I used to just use 4-0 steel wool.
That's exactly what I was just going to say. That's
Yep.
that's what I
Well, the problem with that is that only roughs up the finish. That doesn't take the finish off.
Right.
Okay.
And within, if you play the guitar enough, within even the matter of days, it'll shine up again.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it will. I mean, it's. I mean, I've done that to a couple of my guitars just to kind of, just get a little bit of that kind of, wood
Gunk
feel back to it. Yeah, I mean, it does take a little bit of it off. I mean, it's a good starting point if you wanted to see what it would feel like without, like Dave said, it will eventually go back to a little bit of a gloss, unless you actually get the finish off. But I mean, at least it would make you see what it would be like. I mean,
what I would do is I would use 800 grit, 1,000 grit, 1,200 grit, 1,600 grit. Because you don't need 1,400. You could just go from 12 to 16 and then steel wool. That's how I would do it.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll show you guys a guitar I'm falling in love with right now. That's not even my guitar. Check out this one.
Oh, wow.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's little Eric's. That's my 10-year-old's.
Wow. That's gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm really liking it. I got to find out. If Rob from Tessie Switch makes a kill switch that'll fit this shallow of a body, because he wants a kill switch really bad. But it is a beautiful guitar. Plays like $1 million.
Looks great.
Yeah.
A newer guitar? Was it a newer present for him or a newer guitar for him?
Yeah, he just got this for Christmas. That and the Katana. And it's funny. This is how this whole thing started with the purple guitar. He got the purple one first for his birthday, and I was like, I go up every time he'd ask me to come up to his room to watch a video game, whatever. I'd say, okay, can I play your guitar? Can I play your guitar? Can I play your guitar? And now I'm doing the same thing again. So I'm probably gonna end up with an SG in the near future.
Yeah.
But it's
How
nice.
long have you been playing guitar now?
About 2 years. But his main thing is keyboard. He's phenomenal on that, but he's doing quite good on guitar too. Great ear.
Yeah. He's got a passion for it then.
He does for sure. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Cool. So yeah, I want to see what Johnny's got there.
I'm trying to take the strap off this thing. Oh well. Yeah, so here's my
Nice.
It's just a parts guitar. Am I on? Yeah.
Yeah.
So the headstock looks like that. It's came from the red burst. What do you call it?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The cherry burst.
Cherry burst.
Cherry burst. Yeah, it's a cherry burst.
That's a Chinese neck, right? With stainless steel frets?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Here, I'll present. There we go. Yeah. Well, the whole thing is Chinese. I don't know about the pickups. I don't know whether they're from a friend of mine gave me them. And I decided to build a whole guitar around the pickups is really what I did. But so
Nice guitar.
That is very nice.
Yeah. So Rob gave me a neck, which I can't get to. It's back here, but I'm gonna put that on a body I'm getting when I go down to LA pretty soon. A friend of mine is gonna give me this body, and when I come back, I'll put that neck on the body, grab that Floyd off the other guitar, rip the pickups out of here, and then make another guitar.
Make a new Wolf.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the body he's getting is insane. It's gorgeous.
What color is the body, Johnny?
It's like a natural.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a natural, but it's got a really. He's talking about the top. It's got a really cool. What do you call it?
Quilt.
Quilt? Yeah, it's all quilted.
Oh, nice.
It's quilted. It's a Japanese. It's a Japanese Wolfgang body, and a lot of those are really the quilts are really nice.
Mm-hmm.
The Japanese made guitars are great. Those EVH guitars.
Yes, they are.
I just got mine back playable, really nice, because I had done some hacking to it, changing parts, like Johnny was saying too, changing parts from one to the other, whatever. And I've got it back to where she was, and I was having some problems with action on one string was driving me crazy, and I didn't want to fool with the stainless steel frets. I don't know much about fixing those. So but I've got it back now 100%, and it plays great. Love it. It's made in Japan, the cream one.
Yeah, very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, Japanese guitars are amazing. I mean, my main guitar is a Fender Tele,
Yep.
made in Japan.
You know what? Even the Squires, believe it or not, this is no lie. I played a Squire that was from, I don't know what year, like what I say, late 70s. I'm not even sure if it was made in Japan then, but it was a very old one. It was a Squire. One of my old drummers had one made in Japan, and the thing played like $1 million or a Squire.
85 or 86. That's when they started.
Okay.
Yeah, those were amazing guitars. They
Insane.
were absolute big
Yeah.
headstock, big headstock.
Yep.
70s headstock, right? Those guitars are amazing. People pay big money for those guitars right now. I mean, like $1,000 for that guitar.
Yep, I believe it. Yep.
You can find them there. Yeah, they still demand a heavy premium.
I would have never even played one. However, I only had one guitar. This is way back. It was a Floyd Rose style guitar. Broke a string to the point where it was broke. So the string was broke so bad that you couldn't even, put it back in. And the drummer says, "Oh, you can use my guitar." And he hands me this Japanese Squire. I was like, "Okay." And I was like, "Oh my God, this is pretty cool." And I was actually playing through a 5150 PV back in the day, and it sounded pretty cool. Yeah,
Wow.
with that guitar, it was really neat.
Very cool.
There's a comment. Let's see. I can't see. I'm so blind. RMG 471, I think he said. I'm surprised you guys don't have high-end Wolfgangs. I figured that was the goal for EVH fans. We actually do.
We do.
Yeah, a lot of us guys have the USAs and higher, the high-end stuff. I think Dave, you have a custom, don't you?
No, I don't have a custom. I've got two. I have a white USA with a ebony fretboard, and I have a natural flame top with an ebony fretboard. And that's it for the USA. Then I have a striped, one of the new striped ones. That's done like Jared Frost's with all the FU tone upgrades. I do have a custom on order, but I have kind of a hold on it because I wanted to see what's happening at the NAMM show first.
Yeah.
If there's anything cooler that's coming out this year, that's why I'm waiting. But there is a custom maybe in my future. We'll see.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, Rob has a USA as well. He can show that off. He's got the aged, 2015 tour relic.
That's right. Stand by. I'll show it off.
I think that's pretty high. That's pretty high end, don't you think?
Well, $3,000, USA EVH Wolfgang. I would hope so.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much more high end you can get than that.
Other than $20,000 for the real deal one.
Yeah. Stand by here. I'll show my my relic here, and which actually started out life. You'll see in 2 seconds.
Don't break anything.
Well, yeah, I don't want to dent it.
Well, we're waiting for Rob.
There he is.
54 people watching right now.
Fantastic.
6 thumbs ups.
That's great. We've been going on for like 2 hours.
Almost 2 hours, just under at the moment.
So I've showed this guitar before. It's a USA 2016 Wolfgang, and it was not one of the 20 relics. Although if you were to hold it in your hand, you'd think it probably was, because the gentleman that did the relic job on this, also a good friend of ours. I did some of it myself. I did the headstock. I did the checking in the headstock, as you can tell.
She did a great job.
But yeah, it came out nice. I dirtied up the cavity a little bit in it, just made it a little darker. But other than that, I really didn't do too much to it. But this started life out as a white EVH high gloss, original USA, and I actually had it relicked. And it came out great. You can tell you can see the checking in the body, really just, he did a phenomenal job on it. It's got the kill switch in it, like Ed's. And yeah, it's it's the real deal. It's even got the rubber band on around the pickup, it's crossed over, and a little bit of the gaffer's tape on the pickup, like on the edge, like Ed's. So yeah, thing's amazing. I put a Put a brass big block in it, which is not like Ed's. Also has the stainless screws and the titanium blocks, which Ed's did not have. But just adds a little bit of higher performance, I guess you could say, to it. I've kind of been contemplating putting a titanium block in this one, but yeah, this guitar is great. It's probably one of my favorite guitars, and it just it just rings. Plays.
Hey Rob, I'm sure you feel this way as well with that guitar too. Like, do you want to be the 100% purist, or do you want it to be as close as you can get, but also be your guitar too? And I think that's why you've done certain things.
Yeah, exactly, Eric. That's a good point. I mean, I wanted it to look exactly like Ed's, obviously, from a relicking standpoint and all that, because obviously that's why we do this type of work to our guitars, like Mark's 5150. It's the same thing. But at the end of the day, I mean, we are the ones playing these guitars, not Eddie Van Halen.
That's right.
And we want to make it kind of
exactly
same time play for the way that it fits us better, whether that means how the action is, or whether that means how we want the sustain to be, if we want to add big blocks and all these futon the thing out, or whatever you want to do. For me, I like my guitars to, I don't like not to sound like Ed, but I mean I am not probably what you would consider a phenomenal guitar player. I'm an average guitar player. So that being said, I mean, some guitars are easier for me to play than others, and some guitars I just have a hard time playing. So I don't really have that, that feel for those particular guitars. So I try to make all my guitars play easy for me, because I don't like to work it. I like to have fun doing it. And if I'm not having fun doing it because it's too difficult to play, I just don't want to play it.
That's right.
So yeah, I try to make it play well for me as well, too. So. And this is definitely one of those guitars for me. I love this thing. This thing is great.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous guitar, first of all. And what you just said is so perfect. I mean, being able to make the guitar play right for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'll play some of my friends' guitars, and I'll go over to their house, and it's like some of these guys get wicked high actions, and I watch them play, and they just play the things like butter. And they're not necessarily playing Van Halen music, because you can't. It's very hard to have a guitar with high action and do the hammer on stuff that Eddie does. But I'll go to like Dave's house when I go to visit Dave, and he has his guitars set up exactly like I like mine, because he's got that nice low action. But that's what feels good for me,
Well, in a way, I would think that, and I mean, no one knows this for sure, but I would think that Eddie would be really proud of you for that, because, yes, you're taking something that is his, and you're making it your own, and that's kind of something that he would do. He would right. Take something, he'll take a Strat body and a neck and do what makes it right for him.
Right.
So, there's and that's the coolest thing about these guitars is, they're great out of the gate, but you're able to customize them and make them even cooler than what they are for yourself, and it doesn't detract from the resale value.
That's correct.
All the upgrades that you do to these guitars, if you end up selling the guitars, they're still worth all the money, if not even more.
Right.
Like people don't say, it's not original. You put FU tone stuff on it. It's not original anymore. I'm not paying that much money. They'll pay what you ask for because of those upgrades, because it just saves them from doing them themselves.
Right.
Yeah. We buy the guitars because we're inspired by the man, but we're also, at the end of the day, we're the player. And if there's a little, if you buy a cool BMW and you want to pop on some rims on it, there's nothing wrong with that either, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
That's very cool.
By the way, did you get new rims for your BMW, Mark?
No, I
I did that.
No rims. I'd like to get some new rims for my BMW, but no.
Yeah.
So, real quick, anyone in the chat box, anyone have any last comments or questions they want to ask? Because we're going on 2 hours, and I don't know. I'm good if you guys are good. You guys all right?
I'm all right. I mean, I could go a little bit longer. I got to be up
a tiny bit more.
It's only 7 o'clock.
Well, Johnny, you got the record button in your hand. You tell us when you're ready. How about that?
Do I? Has this been recording this whole time?
It has.
Oh, That's
Oh
not good.
man. Like I was saying, it's only 7 o'clock, man. Keep going.
Well, John Storm says he doesn't want to debate. However, get ready for a surprise. So let's hear what he has to say. Apollo Rocco, we're not going to
Can't
discuss
speculate.
anything that may or may not come out in 2017. Just wait a couple weeks and you'll see.
Yep, it'll be here before you know it.
Yep.
It was like 2 days ago.
Well, I mean at the NAMM show.
Well, we'll be at NAMM. Johnny, I know you'll be at NAMM.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I'm just down the street. Yeah,
Are you really? You live real close to Anaheim?
pretty close.
A little closer than us.
Well, that's for sure.
driving.
Yeah.
Easy to drive there.
Yeah.
Driving distance.
Or fly. Yeah, I mean, if I was to fly there, it would be like 25.
Half hour?
It'd be 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be. Yeah. I'd be in the airport. I'd be sitting in the plane waiting to take off longer than it would in the actual ride. You know.
Mhm.
I think I'm looking at 7-hour flight.
Wow.
And then Charlie was talking tonight. I was talking to him. He's 11 hours.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, does he fly over the Atlantic or does he go the other way?
Atlantic, I think. I was looking at two different ways. I was looking at going London, Ontario, which is close to me, not London, UK, where Charlie is, but London, Ontario, which would go out to the east coast to Calgary, Canada, Calgary all the way down the coast. But there was such a layover. It was insane. I think Mark and I were looking at it was like 12 hours or something like that. Just stupid.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Yeah. So then, but the reason why I wanted to go to London, Canada, it's only an hour for me to drive, as opposed to Toronto's now about 3 hours. However, the 3 hours driving still cut me back if you do the math, it still works out. I get there sooner.
Oh yeah, it was. You would have been sitting in an airport for hours.
Yeah.
With that layover, that was nuts.
We wanted to get there earlier. We were invited to go to the Friedman event. Was that Tuesday or when? Tuesday.
No, Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday.
Wednesday
night.
And
Yeah.
unfortunately, we just couldn't time it to get down there for that many days away from things. But that would have been really, really cool. But maybe next year.
How
Yeah,
far
sure.
apart are you guys again, Eric and Mark?
Quite far too. Florida to Detroit, pretty much. It's a good. I mapped it before. It's a long time.
It's a 3 hour. It's a 3 hour flight.
Yeah.
Where are you again, Mark? Exactly.
I'm in South Florida, Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, okay. I forgot about that.
You know, my grandparents lived in Margate for many, many years when they were alive.
Oh, I know the area very well.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I've been down here for a while, but I work for a company that's up in the northeast, so I travel all the time.
Yeah.
I'll be in Boston a lot, but Rob this year, so we'll have to hook up.
Absolutely. I mean, seriously, I was actually just going to say, if you're up this neck of the woods, I'm literally like an hour away from Boston, so you're more than welcome to come hang at my place or whatever, and we definitely hook up. So just keep me posted when you're up this way, because I do try to get out to Boston, when I can.
Yeah, I've got a couple clients who are kind of on the offshoots of Boston also, so I'll keep you posted. It'll be probably like early February. So
Yeah, perfect, beautiful.
Definitely connect.
Absolutely.
Well, I want to thank you guys for having us on.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Oh, are you kidding? That's our pleasure. It's been a great fun show, and a great start to a good relationship. It's awesome.
Good way to kick off 2017 for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The next party's on your show.
All right. Sounds good. We told Johnny too. We can hook up at NAMM. We'll be meeting up with him there as well too. So we'll have a nice facility for charging phones and doing video editing and all kinds of cool stuff there as well too. So he's welcome to take part of it.
When you guys heading out to NAMM again?
We're both flying out Thursday, correct?
The 19th.
Yeah. Returning on the Sunday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Awesome.
gonna be great. So we'll spend the whole day at NAMM on Friday and Saturday, and then take off Sunday.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, in my closing statement, I grew up flying planes. My dad was a pilot and taught me how to fly, and I was taught to fly by some Spitfire pilots and things like that too. In a small plane, a 2-passenger, 2-seater plane, I'm as comfortable as I'm sitting here right now on a jet. The last time I was on a jet, I had hit turbulence. We'd hit turbulence, and I had screamed, "We're all going to die," and they had to restrain me. This was prior to when all the bad things started happening with air travel.
Well, don't do that now.
No fly zone. You're on a no fly list with me, pal.
And I remember getting back to the Toronto airport, and I literally kissed the ground. But that was on my flight to my honeymoon, which should have been the sign right then and there that everything was a disaster. That was my previous marriage, whatever. But that's the last time I was on a jet, and I am literally 100% terrified. So we'll see how that goes. So Mark, when I get there, I'm going like this. Give me a shot of Jack and a beer, real quick, okay?
Yeah, just don't call me and say, "Oh man, I can't get on the plane."
Yeah,
I can't do it.
Watch this. You'll be waiting for me. I'll say TMZ and I say, Toronto, YYZ Airport, crazy mustache man, whatever.
You remind me of B.A. Baracus from the A-Team.
Yeah,
you just did it, Eric. Eric, you just did it. Now everyone's going to be calling you the crazy mustache man.
That's right. That's all right. I've been called worse.
All right. So real quick, Eric, Eric and Mark, when's your next show and who's your next guest?
January 13th, if that's a Friday, that's Mr. Gary Hoey, fellow EVH in Dorsey. We're looking forward to that one a lot. He's been with Fender for a long time. Looking forward to that one. And we got some other things in the pipe coming up, but that's our first show before NAMM. And then coming back, we've got some other irons in the fire that we're just waiting to iron out as well too.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Good luck on your show. Anytime you guys need anything, just let us know, and we'll do the same thing with you guys.
Sure.
Yeah, we're going to reciprocate. You guys will come on.
And I personally want to thank everyone in the chat box for sticking around and for being considerate and understanding and helping us forge this new friendship. It's awesome. I really have a great feeling, and I really think it's a cool thing. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
I was just going to say, over the last few months of all the stuff going on, there have been a couple of times Eric and I have actually spoken in regards to some, a couple of little things here. And I think the whole time along, I think everybody knew that eventually the day was going to come when everybody would kind of get back and seal the deal again. And it does. It feels great to have, when there's any kind of turmoil or any kind of, hardships going on amongst people who have the same passion and have, the same things that make them tick, so to speak. It's never a good time. And I think everything gets chalked up as a learning experience. And I think, everybody comes out of the other end a little bit stronger and a little bit more understanding of everybody's viewpoints and how people respond to things. And I think it's important. It's probably a good thing that happened. And it probably makes the future relationship even stronger moving forward. So I think it couldn't have happened at a better time than the first few days of 2017.
Well said. I can't say anything better than that.
Yeah, totally. Perfect.
And one more thing, I want to thank Eric and Mark for actually setting the wheels in motion.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
No problem. No problem.
Worries. We're just glad to be here and friends with you guys again. So it's
I think last year really hit us hard as far as just all our heroes that we lost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's, you can't take that stuff to your grave. So
not
to do anything anyways, but I mean,
negativity just doesn't go anywhere. We were just, it's so much better to be together and, talking and being positive about what we all love about guitar playing and Van Halen and Eddie and everything else. So
yeah, we all have so much in common. There's no reason.
Yep.
No reason for any of the other stuff. Johnny, how about you? Got anything to add?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's great to finally talk to you again, Dave.
Because the 2 hours in this show is absolutely the worst time of my life.
Tell me about it. No.
I want to start doing these shows in 3D though. If we could do that.
Cyber shades.
Yes, let's do that. These are actually the Star Wars ones.
You kind of look like some sort of RoboCop.
There we go. All right.
Those are cool. I like it. I still have not seen the new Star Wars movie. I've got to go see it.
Oh, you've got to go see that.
Oh man, Eric and I were just hearing.
I've been putting it on hold. I'm trying to wait. My girlfriend, I want her to go see it with me, so I'm hopefully going to knock it out this weekend.
Go see it, and then when you get home, throw on Star Wars.
Okay.
Yeah, Mark told me to do that. Just the first 15 minutes. It's like, oh my god! After you've watched the other one, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, you just have to. It's a whole new perspective. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
right on.
Yeah. I saw the movie twice. Now I want to see it again.
Me too. I saw it twice as well.
Yeah, I could go for another one.
Yeah. Thank you, Jaden James. I think. Unless that other Johnny is still in here.
No.
Yeah. This is cool. This is awesome. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us. So I guess we're splitting.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm getting tired.
It's only after 7.
We'll have to get used to your time zone in a few weeks, a week and a half, whatever.
Yeah. No, I know what it's like. I know what it's like because I've been out to the East Coast and the Central Coast.
Not Mountain though, right?
Well, I was born in Mountain. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But Dave, that was crazy the other day, dude.
Those videos were so funny. I don't know if you guys know, but well, maybe you probably do. We Johnny and I did we rung in the new year for each time zone.
Yeah, I saw that.
And each time there'd be less eyes.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Especially yours.
Yeah. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
And one more button got unbuttoned on my shirt.
Oh, dude.
one button
Come
closer
on.
to bed. But I didn't get to sleep till like 5 a.m. that morning because I couldn't see. I was so tired that I couldn't sleep.
Overtired.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, but I tell you, the hours in between those videos were the fastest hours I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe how fast. It's like we'd go, like let's say we did East Coast, which is all you guys, right? Yeah. We did East Coast, midnight. For me is 9 o'clock. No big deal, So we were on, midnight for you guys. And then we would talk. I think each video was about 20 minutes, I think. We talked.
Yeah, we went on 10 of till about quarter after.
Yeah. And then we'd end up talking for like 10, 20 minutes after that. And it's like, okay, well, I'll see you again in like
time
15
to start.
minutes.
Yeah.
By the time we were done, it was time to start again. And that's like, how many hours was that? 3-4 hours?
4 hours, yeah.
We did East Coast, Central. I kept saying, I kept saying Central Coast, yeah. Mountain Coast, and then here, and then we'd have to wait another 6 hours to do Hawaii, which we didn't do, But I'm joking. Yeah, they're only like 2 hours behind me, I guess. But anyway, yeah. So that was fun.
So it's 10:15 p.m. We still have 45 people watching.
That's amazing.
65 thumbs up. I think we should go over to EVH Gear Discussion and talk with them for 2 hours. I think we should probably wake up Greg Rundles and see what he has to say. And I think I'd like to steal his Stratocaster.
Yeah, it's that yellow one. That's nice.
I saw him practicing the
Jason Becker stuff.
Jason Becker song.
Yeah.
My God. My
he can
God.
do it. He can do it justice.
He can play it.
Yeah.
And he's got the exact same guitar.
Yeah. Not the yellow one that we're.
Yeah, I saw it. I watched the video.
Yeah. That's cool.
The funny thing, and I'm going to let everyone in on a little secret. Like I said, the four of us, Johnny, myself, and Eric and Mark, we talked over the weekend. I guess, not over the weekend. I guess just a little bit before the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So, we've been very friendly for a few days now, but we had to make it seem like we still didn't like each other. We were all watching each other's videos and rooting each other on in private, but like not, saying anything.
I still don't like you, Dave.
Yeah, well, I don't.
I know.
I never did like you.
How do I shut him off?
Like Johnny and Dave, it's like the Hagar and Eddie 04 reunion. It's horrible.
Oh,
Go ahead, Dave. Continue.
I lost my train of thought.
Dave, come on, that's what happens, man.
You get it.
Everybody knows what he's saying.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes. What was I? I was saying something. I didn't know what I was even saying though.
Yeah. Forget it.
I don't remember.
Good night, guys.
No, you were saying that we were talking. We wanted it to be a surprise,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We wanted just to surprise everyone and see what everyone's comments may be. We almost didn't even want to friend each other on Facebook until this happened, but we did, and we figured maybe someone might catch that, if they're watching us closely enough, but it doesn't look like anyone cared, so
Nope.
it's all good.
But you know what, though? I think a lot of people who watch both of our shows care.
No, I know. No, they absolutely care. But I mean,
Yeah.
no one was looking to see what we were doing.
No. Everybody has their own lives.
No one was looking into the innards of the four of us. So.
That's right.
Yeah.
But it's really good, and I think this couldn't have been any better. This was great tonight.
January 2nd. Nice.
And absolutely, cheers to a great year and a great friendship.
Cheers to everyone.
I'm here. Cheers. 2017. Let's make it a good one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
guys.
On that note, where's the little Eric, and what guitar is he playing?
Oh yeah, I don't. I can't do that. I don't have my software.
That's funny.
Where's little Nesdol?
Yeah.
Little
Well,
nest.
The jury isn't out on that yet.
You're not allowed to say that, Johnny.
Yeah. Yes. Huh? I think this thing comes off, actually. Somebody's saying that they want to release this back into the wild. I think it's actually... It doesn't come off?
It's a ferret.
This jacket is actually from Norway.
I think that's endangered.
It's not real fur, though.
Oh, you shouldn't have said that word.
What?
Fur. Oh,
Yeah,
there it goes again.
The only words you can say on YouTube now are cotton and bark. That's only two words that are allowed. Everything else is banned.
That's right. You can say Edward Van Halen.
Yes, that too. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Okay. I think everybody's sleepy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks for watching this, everybody. Keep rocking, and check out Eric and Mark over on EVH Gear Discussion.
Thank you.
Thank you, Johnny.
And yeah. Check out Nesdol. Just peek in that window. You'll see him sitting there.
It's freaky. It's really freaky because that curtain doesn't come down, and it's like I stare at the outside hoping that no one's staring in.
Yeah. Someone's tapping on
All
the
he's wearing is a sweatshirt. There's nothing in the bottom.
Yeah.
No, I have,
And the Telecaster.
there's something on the bottom, all right.
Okay.
Oh man.
Oh,
Thank you.
Where's
Good
that
night.
wrench?
Yeah. Well, that's the
that's
problem. is
Halen, by the way. That's Halen. Halen.
Hey, Lynn.
Hey, Len. Yeah. All right. Dave, Mark, Eric, Rob. Great to see you guys. Thanks for hanging out.
Thank you.
Johnny, thanks for everything, bro.
Yeah,
See
man.
you guys.
Yeah. All right. Rock and roll, everybody. And maybe we'll see you guys Wednesday
Wolfgang Wednesday.
for Wolfgang Wednesday.
Nice. Happy New Year, everybody.
We'll be watching Thumbing Up.
Yes.
Happy New Year, everybody.
See you
Happy
guys
New Year.
later.
All right. Johnny Bean, johnnybean.com. See ya. Bye.
Bye, guys.